The evolution of business in America. As we move further into the 21st century, the way businesses operate has changed dramatically. Advances in technology, transportation, and the global economy has ensured that in order to survive in the business world, you must be willing to adapt. These changes have altered the job opportunities available for those seeking employment, and even those looking to become an entrepreneur. The origins of this country was highly agrarian. Most people grew their own food and produced their own clothing. Families tried their best to overproduce to use those things produced in excess to barter with. Starting in the mid 1700s, this began to change because of advancements in technology. This period of time was known as the Industrial Revolution. Many of the tasks, once completed through the sheer will and efforts of the individual, was now outsourced to mechanization. This afforded farmers with massive increases in output, and from this output, along with developments in the textile industry, a huge increase in the amount of goods being produced was achieved. This increase greatly changed the dynamic of the relationship of goods to the amount of effort needed to produce such goods. Even today, the amount of individuals producing the vast majority of food is minute in comparison with the number of individuals that consume those products. As efficiencies in the agricultural world increased, the number of farmers decreased from about 33% of the population to about 2% of the population within the US. This decrease in overall number of farmers comes from an increase in the productivity of the remaining farmers. And with further advancements in the genetic modification of seed and grain has ushered in a massive growth in the agricultural industry. As opportunities dwindled in the agricultural industry, many farm workers went to work in factories. But as technological advances in the industrial world progressed, they soon found themselves again in transition. A little over 5 million jobs were lost from 1999 to 2019 in the industrial sector. In the short term, this appears to be a negative, but advancements in one area have a tendency to open up new opportunities in another. Many of those who lost their factory jobs soon transitioned into the service sector. This transition from being an economy based on manufacturing to a more service-driven economy has led to a dramatic shift in the employment opportunities in this country. In a quest to further lower the cost of goods, U.S. manufacturers have moved factories to countries where labor and production costs are far below what they are here in the States. Not doing so could lead to a loss of market share and a competitive edge needed to stay profitable. Faced with financial hardship from an economic downturn, companies like GM, one of the largest auto manufacturers, began outsourcing many of the jobs normally held by U.S.-based workers. Likewise, many foreign companies are setting up design and production companies here in the U.S. in a practice called insourcing. We in fact have many examples of this in our home state of Alabama, with companies like Mazda Toyota and Hyundai. This insourcing can to some degree offset those jobs being outsourced. Those that lose jobs to technological advances or outsourcing have found employment in the service sector. Although slowing in growth, the service sector is still the largest area of growth in the U.S. economy, accounting for more than 70% of the country's economic activity, with wholesale and retail being the main drivers. The opportunities in the service sector are vast, but in order to take advantage of them, you need to be focused and learn about them by obtaining the training and education required to succeed in that competitive marketplace.